What to stream in quarantine? It's Movie Reviews with Ryan J.
It sure is. Film critic Ryan J is here to brighten your Friday with movies being released this weekend and some that are in theaters. Is that true? Hey, Ryan.
It's a true statement, Tiffany.
All right, well, don't sweat it.
Yeah.
I love your talk.
Molly.
I have a very similar experience to you guys with those.
Right? See? There you go.
It's a process, man.
Yeah. I love your list. I think I mentioned on the show, but you and I texted, Ryan. I saw Project Power, which was a movie you recommended last week, and we did it as a family movie night. It was a very interesting movie.
Very great effects, right? Like
yes.
A superhero action thriller. I really enjoyed it. I'm glad you were able to have fun as a family. I think I have another pick for you this week.
Oh, yay. I love it. Is it Stage Mother, the one rated R on demand?
That could be one of them. I think I love Stage Mother. Stage Mother is a dramedy that is very heartwarming. It's about a conservative mom who inherits her late son's drag club in San Francisco. And it's along the lines of those great, drag queen movies like Tu Wong Fu, Connie and Carla, The Birdcage. And drag has never been more mainstream than it is right now thanks to RuPaul's Drag Race.
I love you saying all that. Birdcage is one of my favorite movies of all time with Robin Williams. So who's in this one?
This is a very funny movie. This one has a very blonde Lucy Liu as the friend. Adrienne Grenier from Entourage and Devil Wears Prada is in this. And it stars Jackie Weaver, who I love because she reminds me of my grandmother. She's a two-time Oscar nominee, most recently nominated for playing Bradley Cooper's mom in Silver Linings Playbook. She was married to Robert De Niro in that film. But I got to talk to her about working on this film. Take a look. What was your impression of the drag culture prior to making this film?
Well, it's very close to my heart, that whole world. I first went to a drag show in Sydney in 1962. I was 15 years old, and I've been going to drag shows ever since. I love them.
And this movie is really like a love letter to mothers and sons in that relationship. In what way did you draw from your own experience as a mother for this role?
I think most parents go through imagining the worst happening and, your anxiety at being a parent. And so it wasn't hard at all to imagine how devastating it would be to lose him and then and to regret the estrangement, the time we'd spent apart. It's a lesson to parents and to children. Life is short, if you mustn't cut off ties with people. It's life's too short. You'll be sad when they're gone.
I don't normally do spoilers, but I love that you got a musical number in this. Was that just the most fun scene of all to film for this movie?
It was a bit grueling, that scene. It took all day to shoot. I hadn't sung for a while. I've been in quite a few musicals. I've made a couple of albums, got a gold record. So I have done a lot of singing, but I hadn't for a while. And that song was a bit daunting because it's the one that everybody does badly at karaoke.
That's funny.
She is lovely.
She's fantastic. And this movie is really great. It's the kind of movie where you laugh, you cry, and you cry happy and sad tears in this film.
Aww.
Oh, so sweet. Okay, I love that. The next one, I'm going to want to watch that one, is Unhinged. This is rated R. This is in theaters.
Correct. And this one is the Russell Crowe road rage movie. And it is so intense. It's a lot like Speed. Remember the Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock classic, but more rage, much meaner, much angrier.
How's Russell in this?
He's intense. He's like an actual movie monster in this. He's mean. He's scary. He has some frightening moments. And you do not want to run into this character.
Okay, I don't like people who have anger issues. So does it say anything about that in the movie?
It does. The opening credits are really interesting because they show actual footage from like YouTube or other places of real life people going out of control with anger. And it raises the question of what happens when you pay anger forward. We think about paying kindness forward, but when you pay anger forward and you take it to a criminal level and how horrible that actually is.
Jeez. Okay. So is this a movie you're recommending?
I enjoyed the film. I think if people like thrillers, it's a good choice.
Okay, so it's a see it.
Yes.
In the theater. Okay. All right. What about the one and only Ivan?
This is on Disney Plus, and this is the movie, Molly, that I was going to recommend for you and your family. I was not in the mood for a family film, for a Disney movie. I just, thought, but it was so unpredictable. It's based on a true story, and when I later looked at how much of the film was actually true, almost all of it was true, which was really shocking and exciting to me. I think everything except for the fact that the animals in the film talk.
Who's in the cast? Because that's usually the reason why so many people are attracted to the voices.
It's true. Bryan Cranston is a real-life figure in this movie. He plays the ringmaster in a circus that takes place inside of a shopping mall, back when that was an actual thing. And then the vocal cast of the animals is fantastic. You have Sam Rockwell, Angelina Jolie, Helen Mirren, Danny DeVito, Shaka Khan. Really, really great voices. The design is phenomenal. It's super emotional and very expressive, lots of sincerity. And again, very, very unpredictable and a really great true story, a pick-me-up, very inspiring.
I think I read this. This is based on a book I think I read aloud with my kids many years ago.
You might have done.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love that one. Okay, so that's the one and only Ivan. That's on Disney Plus, correct?
Correct.
Okay. What about Words on Bathroom Walls, PG-13? This also is in theaters.
Yes, this is based on the YA novel about a teenager with schizophrenia who also falls in love.
Ooh. Okay. So do you?
We're almost out of time. So what do you want to say about it?
Phenomenal effects. It puts you in the shoes of someone who is dealing with this kind of mental illness. The effects are very haunting. It makes you kind of empathetic and understand what it might be like to be schizophrenic. I loved the performances. I loved the editing, the cinematography. Again, it's quite haunting to see how they bring it to life, but very beautifully done, this movie, and I enjoyed it very much.
Oh.
Yeah, that's tough. We're talking about mental illness a little bit later in our show today, too, Ryan. So I appreciate your thoughts on that and empathy as well. It was great to see you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Thank you
Thanks,
guys,
Ryan.
too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, you can like Ryan Jay on Facebook, follow him on Instagram and Twitter. And for his full movie reviews, check out his website. It's ryanjreviews.com. All right.